Courtney Hadwin was born on May 6, 2004, in Hesleden, a quiet village in County Durham, England. From the very beginning, her life was immersed in music. Her mother, Anne-Marie, filled the house with songs ranging from classic soul and blues to contemporary pop, and Courtney responded instinctively. She would sway to the rhythm, tap her feet, hum along, and sometimes belt out melodies with astonishing clarity for a toddler. This wasn't mere play. Even at 3 years old, she exhibited an emotional connection to music that hinted at something extraordinary. Recognizing her gift, her parents encouraged her curiosity and made sure she had opportunities to nurture her talent. By the age of 8, Courtney was taking formal music lessons and participating in her school choir. Teachers were struck by her vocal depth and emotional intensity, qualities far beyond her years. Her performances at assemblies left classmates and teachers in awe, and her energy and presence on stage earned her the nickname Rocker Girl. It wasn't just her voice, it was her confidence and ability to move with the music that made her stand out. First steps on stage: Durham Soul. At 10, Courtney formed a neighborhood group called Durham Soul, performing at local events, festivals, and school halls. These early performances taught her the dynamics of live music, teamwork, and audience engagement. Her parents were deeply involved, helping with rehearsals, coordinating schedules, and providing instruments. Local community members quickly noticed her talent, attending performances and praising her skill. Even the local press highlighted her potential, calling her "a young girl brings soul to County Durham." These early experiences gave her confidence and instilled a sense that her voice could carry her far beyond Hesleden. Shaping the craft: Shotton Hall Theatre School. Alongside Durham Soul, Courtney attended Shotton Hall Theatre School, where she received more formal training. Teachers emphasized technical skills like breath control, phrasing, and emotional expression while encouraging her to explore different musical styles, from classic rock to contemporary pop. It was here that she learned how to connect with audiences, understanding that a performance is as much about storytelling as hitting the right notes. By 12, she was already saving pocket money to fund bigger opportunities, demonstrating early foresight and determination. Stepping onto the world stage, America's Got Talent. In the summer of 2018, 13-year-old Courtney took a life-changing leap. For the first time, she flew across the Atlantic to Omaha, Nebraska, to audition for America's Got Talent. Nervous but determined, she waited backstage at the Century Link Center, recalling every lesson, rehearsal, and local performance that had led her there. When her name was called, she walked confidently toward the stage. Facing judges Simon Cowell, Heidi Klum, Howie Mandel, and Mel B, she launched into Janis Joplin's "Piece of My Heart." Her small frame belied the power and emotion in her voice. Each note was raw, gritty, and mature beyond her age, capturing both the audience and the judges. Simon Cowell pressed the golden buzzer, sending Courtney directly to the live shows. Within hours, the audition clip had gone viral, captivating millions worldwide and transforming her life almost overnight. Navigating fame and growth. Sudden fame brought Courtney Hadwin into a world that was both exhilarating and demanding. The transition from performing in local community halls to stepping onto international stages required her to adapt quickly to a highly structured and high-pressure environment. Rehearsals became intense and frequent, often lasting hours as she worked closely with vocal coaches, choreographers, and stage directors. Every aspect of her performance was scrutinized and refined, from posture and breathing to articulation and emotional nuance. Coaches emphasized the importance of vocal health, teaching her how to warm up safely, project her voice without strain, and preserve stamina for consecutive live performances. Alongside her professional commitments, Courtney also had to manage her schoolwork, a balancing act that demanded discipline and time management far beyond her years. Mornings often began with exercises to strengthen her voice and practice breath control, while afternoons were dedicated to stage rehearsals that included movement, camera blocking, and learning to navigate fog machines, spotlights, and microphones. She absorbed lessons not only about singing, but also about connecting with an audience, conveying emotion through subtle gestures, and building stage presence that could captivate viewers both in the theatre and at home. Her live performances were transformative experiences. Songs like Janis Joplin's Maybe revealed a depth and emotional maturity that left audiences stunned. It wasn't simply the technical quality of her voice that impressed, it was the storytelling, the grit, and the ability to inhabit the music fully. Judges leaned in, captivated by a young girl who seemed to channel decades of soulful experience, and audiences responded with standing ovations that reflected both astonishment and admiration. Each performance strengthened her confidence and reinforced her understanding of music as a vehicle for expression and connection, rather than mere entertainment. Despite the whirlwind of attention, Courtney remained remarkably grounded. She maintained close contact with her family, relying on their guidance and support as an anchor amid the chaos of fame. Journaling became an important outlet, allowing her to reflect on her experiences, process challenges, and track her personal and artistic growth. Through it all, she retained a sense of humility, viewing her talent as a gift to share, rather than a path to self-aggrandizement. Her dedication, professionalism, and emotional authenticity set her apart, proving that true artistry combines technical skill, hard work, and heart. Setbacks and resilience. The bus accident in October 2018, just months after catapulting to international recognition, Courtney Hadwin faced an unexpected and frightening challenge. While touring with fellow America's Got Talent finalists across the Midwest, she was involved in a serious bus accident in Wisconsin. The vehicle, navigating rain-slicked roads, skidded and collided with a guardrail, sending passengers and luggage tumbling in a chaotic crash. Courtney, seated among the other young performers, suffered a sharp impact that fractured her kneecap and caused a mild concussion. The news of the accident shocked fans around the world, highlighting just how fragile a burgeoning career could be, even for a talent as extraordinary as hers. The incident forced an abrupt pause in Courtney's rising trajectory, presenting challenges far beyond her musical abilities. Physical pain, medical appointments, and the uncertainty of recovery demanded a level of maturity and resilience that few teenagers had ever been tested with. Yet Courtney approached this period with the same focus, discipline, and determination that had defined her journey from a small village in County Durham to the global stage. Physical therapy became her new performance arena, each exercise a careful step toward regaining mobility, strength, and confidence. Stretching routines, controlled weight-bearing activities, and balance drills required intense concentration and patience, teaching her that recovery, like music, was a process of incremental progress and mindful effort. Even while her body healed, Courtney refused to let her mind stagnate. She turned inward to maintain her creative momentum, writing new lyrics, experimenting with melodies, and mentally rehearsing songs she had performed, or hoped to perform, once she returned to the stage. Gentle vocal exercises ensured her voice remained strong without risking strain, and she used visualization techniques to simulate performing live, imagining every nuance of stage presence, expression, and timing. In many ways, this period became a formative chapter in her artistic development, reinforcing that setbacks could also be opportunities to cultivate patience, reflection, and innovation. The bus accident ultimately highlighted the interplay between vulnerability and perseverance. While it temporarily interrupted her ascent, it also demonstrated Courtney's ability to confront challenges with courage, resilience, and creativity. By embracing recovery as both a physical and mental discipline, She transformed adversity into a learning experience, deepening her appreciation for her craft and her determination to continue growing as an artist. Her response to this trial would become a defining example of maturity beyond her years, proving that true strength lies not only in talent, but in the perseverance to rise again after life's unexpected obstacles. Healing and giving back. After returning to her hometown of Hesleden, Courtney Hadwin faced the dual challenge of physical recovery and rebuilding her confidence as a young performer. Guided by a dedicated team of physical therapists and buoyed by the unwavering support of her family, she gradually regained mobility in her knee while carefully following concussion protocols to ensure her cognitive health remained intact. Each day required discipline, patience, and focus, qualities that Courtney had long cultivated through years of musical training and live performances. This period of recovery became as much about mental resilience as physical healing, offering her time to reflect on her journey, her ambitions, and the responsibility she felt as a role model for other aspiring musicians. Rather than retreating from public life, Courtney channeled her energy into giving back. She began leading workshops and masterclasses for young singers, teaching them not only technical skills like breath control, phrasing, and microphone technique, but also the emotional depth required to connect with audiences. By sharing her personal experiences, the triumphs, the setbacks, and the perseverance required, she offered students invaluable lessons about resilience, creativity, and self-expression. Courtney also performed at local and regional charity events, raising funds for musical programs and community projects, demonstrating that her voice could inspire and uplift far beyond the stage. Simultaneously, Courtney devoted herself to recording an EP, blending original compositions with soulful reinterpretations of classic songs. This project reflected her evolving artistic identity, merging her love for vintage influences with her own youthful energy and perspective. Through songwriting, performing, and mentoring, she turned a period of personal challenge into an opportunity for growth, creativity, and service. Courtney's journey during this time emphasized that perseverance, community support, and dedication to one's craft are as crucial to success as raw talent, establishing her as not only a gifted musician, but also an inspiring figure who transforms obstacles into meaningful action. To star with purpose. Courtney Hadwin's story is far more than the chronicle of a prodigious singing talent. It is a vivid testament to resilience, unwavering determination, and the transformative power of music to shape lives. Growing up in the quiet village of Hesleden, County Durham, Courtney was surrounded by the simple rhythms of small-town life, yet her passion and to connect with music set her apart from an early age. Her parents, Anne-Marie and Paul Hadwin, recognized the extraordinary spark within her and nurtured it with care and dedication. From morning sing-alongs at the breakfast table to formal training at Shotton Hall Theatre School, Courtney's childhood was a delicate balance of encouragement, discipline, and freedom to explore her voice. Every note she sang, every melody she experimented with, became a building block for the artist she would later become. Her journey from local talent to international recognition was marked not only by astonishing performances, but also by personal growth and perseverance. When she stepped onto the stage of America's Got Talent at just 13, she brought raw power, emotion, and an authenticity that left judges and audiences stunned. Yet her rise was not without challenge. Shortly after achieving global attention, a serious bus accident resulted in a fractured kneecap and a concussion, abruptly pausing her career. During her recovery, Courtney approached rehabilitation with the same focus she brought to her music, practicing vocal exercises gently, writing lyrics, and mentally preparing for future performances. This period of reflection and resilience illustrated her extraordinary maturity, demonstrating that true talent is intertwined with determination, patience, and a willingness to overcome adversity. Beyond her personal achievements, Courtney has embraced the responsibility of inspiring others. She leads workshops for aspiring singers, performs at charity events, and mentors young musicians, sharing not only her skills, but also the lessons she has learned about perseverance, humility, and creativity. Her story illustrates that success is not measured solely by fame or accolades, but by the ability to remain grounded, cultivate one's craft, and positively influence the lives of others. Courtney Hadwin continues to grow as an artist, mentor, and role model, showing that when talent is combined with dedication, courage, and the support of a loving community, it can create a lasting and meaningful impact.